Hey there, friends! Welcome back to another Monday Run Day. Admittedly, a little late. We missed all of last week. I blame the Grinch. But hey, today we're going to talk about the Fort Bend Kia 30th annual 30K race that we did last Sunday. We're going to do a quick race report. I don't know how quick it's going to be. Depends on how the gravity of the race is still stuck in our mind. But I'm going to defer and let you go first. Tell me about your race.
All right. Well, I think we talked about it. We're going to give this one 3 Keanos out of 5.
3 Keanos out of 5.
We took 1 Keanu off because it was a loop course again, which was horrible.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure about half the people cheated.
I know they did. Mr. Man in Purple, you are a cheater.
And we took at least half a Keanu off because it started at 6:30 in the morning.
Down in Fort Bend
And
Sugarland.
I forget what the other half was because it was freaking freezing.
It was
We'll go for
so cold.
And
Packet pickup. I mean, they kind of made it okay.
We signed up through this thing that was like a 3-race Houston warm-up series thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 2 races were fine. But this one, for some reason, didn't have access to the mailing list, so they didn't send us any of the prep emails. So we kind of woke up on Saturday like, we have a race tomorrow?
Yeah.
So she called the guy, and he said, well, packet pickup's already closed, so...
You have to pay $12 donation
each
per race. And I was like, this attorney ain't having that. You can't hold us to that if you didn't alert us. Like, this is your 30th annual. How do you not know you don't have the mailing list?
So
Come on.
was that.
So we got it for free.
You shouldn't feel happy. They shouldn't charge for that anyway.
No, but a lesser woman would have caved and said, "We'll make a donation. We love charity."
But
no,
based
I
on
do,
the number of bibs that they had sitting there, they either didn't tell a lot of people didn't show up, or they just had extra. But
yeah.
Anyway, to the race. That was probably the most painful race I've ever done. Just for, I don't know why, my hips started killing me about mile 4, and I could barely walk after I was done for about 2 days. I mean, I don't know if it's the shoes or what, but I don't know. I've never had that pain ever.
Mm-hmm.
Even running, it's just bad. And then I got to about mile 17 and had to stop and walk, and my legs almost buckled under me.
Oh, yeah. He lapped me. I was on my second loop, and we were at the top of the loop. So he laps me on my second, doing his third. And even then, even though he beat me, I thought, man, if it were the first to race, I could have kept up with him.
Yeah, it was like a minute or a minute and a half slower per mile than that even that last one.
The 25K, yeah.
I don't know what it was, but
he was suffering. I look like suffering.
And then I don't know. And one thing I noticed, there was a lot of gel packets and shit just everywhere.
Yeah.
That is the most irresponsible thing. If you do that, you are a horrible person.
Yeah, because
you
there were
deserve to be thrown out of the race.
I agree, because there were tons of there were trash cans everywhere.
I mean, I've seen
race crew everywhere.
The only time I've ever seen that many was I saw like the top off and spit it when we were doing a trail race. Pandora's Box of Rocks, I think. And that's the only time I've ever seen that much just trash from people running.
That's absolutely egregious. And I'm sure the people of Sugarland in that really, really ritzy neighborhood on the golf course were just thrilled about it.
$5 to $8 million houses.
Yeah.
I mean, like giant mansions.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's 3 cats back behind here wreaking havoc. That's what all the noise. But the medal is pretty good. The lanyard's a little plain, but it says what it was. It says Fort Bend, which I guess it was in Fort Bend.
That's the county, yeah.
And then 30K. It doesn't say exactly where.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, and it has the date right there, at least.
It's actually pretty heavy.
It's nice.
What else did I like? There was a lot of... The cops were helpful. They all... Honestly, I think more of them were checking out the girls and were really actually
Absolutely,
paying attention.
they were.
But they were actually...
There was only one time I almost got hit by a car.
Yeah. They were out and alert, not like the ones at the last race just kind of staring at the floor in their car.
Yeah, they're very nice.
The spectators were good. They only had 2 aid stations at one at either end of the loop. and they were pretty good. They were screaming and helpful. Even on the third lap when I was dying, they were,
You look good.
"Go guy in black, you're kicking."
I know. Yeah, I was red.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was pretty good. I don't know. There's not very many races in Houston, so to say I don't ever want to do this one again, I want to pick something different, it's difficult. But God, if it hurts like that on the marathon, I'm not going to make it.
You will make it. You will suffer, but you will make it.
I mean, we did this race in 2014 or 15?
15.
One of the two.
14. You're right, 14.
14, and I did it 30 minutes faster. And I don't remember even having to try it that one. I was just going through the motions.
Booking it.
But
well,
anyway, I think I've rambled for long enough.
Okay.
I think it's something else I'll
interject.
Yeah, I didn't get any blisters.
Good.
It kind of aggravated that one that's not quite healed yet, but I don't know. I wish those shoes worked though, because they're a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. All right, so my race, that was probably, of the warm-up series, that was my best race. Now, without a doubt, for several reasons. Of course, the very first race, the Houston half, I had the Hershey squirts and had to stop so much. You're welcome. At all the porta potties, that cost me about 30 minutes overall, and then I bonked at the end because...
I'm sure it was 30 minutes.
Okay. Cost me 15 or so.
A new world record after that.
Shut up. Anyway, so I had those issues, bathroom issues, and then bonked at the end because I'd only put 1 scoop of fuel into my cup instead of a whole cup. Anyway, long story. Then the second one...
300 calories versus
900. Exactly. Then for the 25K...
150. Sorry.
For the 25K, I had those massive leg cramps at mile 12 and a half and had to waddle home. But I had like hell of runner's high. I was like giggling the whole way home. It was pretty intense. And then, but for this one, this one I got everything right, okay? I had my fueling was perfect. My electrolytes were perfect. I went out at a good even pace for me. I kept a pretty good even. In fact, I technically had a negative split. I was 4 seconds faster in the second half per mile. 4 seconds faster per mile, not overall. But anyway, so I did the loop. Now, my issue with this race is that I know that dude in purple cheated, because this is what's happening. Like, you get in your pace, whatever, and you figure out who you're up against. And I had passed him, gone all the way around the loop. I knew he was behind me. I had to stop and use the bathroom, so I assumed that he went ahead of me and I'd catch him. Never saw him again. And then all of a sudden I looked to my left, and there he is, half a loop ahead of me. I call bullshit. I wasn't in the bathroom that long. And he was walking. Okay? Like, this was like that's just like, you know, like, who was it Martin Luther King said? If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. Okay? Don't cheat. That's ridiculous. So, anyway, did my second loop. So, third loop, he lapped me on the second loop. Third loop, around mile 11 or 12, I started to have those, you have those, like, why am I doing this? Rethinking your life choices. And then I just, like, took me about 5 or 10 minutes and I rallied and boom. So when I got to the 25K mark and I knew I only had 5K left to go, I was going to try and run the whole thing and, like, finish strong. I had to walk a little bit, but I am proud to say, and this is only meaningful to me, don't pretend to be bored.
I'm not pretending.
Oh, God. I lapped the 2 girls in the green tutus who were technically half a loop ahead of me the entire time. I beat them by about 2 or 3 minutes. I lapped Team Beef. I lapped a rather large but you go boy individual in Texas flag shorts. And then I never caught Bob. I was going to try to catch Bob. I never caught Bob. But then at the finish line, I lapped those really, that cute couple. Like, they're much older, but they're super skinny. But boom, right around the corner. Through the gate, under 4 hours, which was my goal, faster than before, walk through, can't find him, I'm putting on my medal, I turn around and he's right here, and I just screamed at the finish line. It was a beautiful race. Yeah, it was a beautiful race. And then I got my runner's high on the way home and giggled all the way. I don't know, I thought it was great.
You got need in the giggle dick.
That's what he's so fun. It's good. So anyway, yeah. So, anything else you want to add?
I hate running.
Well, we're going to do the races we paid for. So, okay, so our next race is in January. It'll be the ABB 5K, which is the day before the marathon. I intend to do a race report. on that one, and then we'll get up the next morning early and go downtown and run this town. So
Stop looking at me.
I'm waiting for you to say something. Could this be some kind of alien astronaut?
You just suck at those segues.
I know, I'm terrible. Anyway, we had a lot of fun, and this was a fun video, and we will see you next time. Put your medal up.